Hi, welcome to Conceptia Connect podcast. My name is Satish Vadraj. I work as a team lead for enterprise product solutions. Today, we are here to discuss about top 5 considerations that company needs to make during the selection of design data management process. To share some data management solutions insights, we have an industry process consultant with 21 years of experience, Mr. Rasesh Palav with us. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Satish, for having me on the podcast. It's a wonderful opportunity to share my journey with our viewers on product data management. So basically, it's an excellent question as to why companies need to implement product data management in the first place. Okay, so according to me, there are various reasons. Why don't we start with something that you have experience on the field?
Yeah. Before exactly going to the topic, with your vast 21 years plus experience, how do you recommend data management solutions to today's world of engineers?
Right. So basically, before we go into the reasons why companies need to implement data management, let us understand what exactly is product data management.
Yes.
So basically, it's a simple solution. It's a solution that is simple but is valuable for the entire enterprise in terms of it has three main functional characteristics. It is able to securely organize the data, it is able to securely control the data, and it is also able to securely share the data. Okay, so in that context, it has an enterprise-wide impact because though the data is created by engineers primarily using some sort of CAD tool, it is required to be securely shared and controlled throughout the organization, and that is where PDM brings a lot of value.
Yeah, in today's rapid engineering growth, that in the process of new product development, we'll discuss some key mistakes or key considerations that a company needs to make during the selection process of data management.
Right.
So if you ask us, like our SolidWorks PDM data management, that is product data management, when it comes to that topic, how do you feel it's important for any organizations to implement it or to select that particular process?
Right. So in my experience, one of the foremost reasons why companies should think about implementing a data management solution is that they create a lot of data, and that data is everywhere. Okay, so basically what I mean is they create a lot of duplicates in terms of design data, in terms of any product development data. So this scattered data creates a lot of chaos. Okay, so one of the foremost reasons how PDM solves this is because engineers are able to reuse the data effectively. Okay, so there are some sort of search techniques in data management that allows engineers to locate the product data effectively and quickly reuse it rather than creating the data all again from scratch. So this is one of the main reasons how PDM I think brings value by quickly searching and locating the data in context of what the project requirements are.
Yeah. In my experience of implementing data management solutions to number of companies, I have come up with the top 5 reasons why they need to select data management solutions or what is that they need to do while opting that particular solutions kind of. So we'll generally see how the data is being scattered and everywhere. So let me highlight one by one. So we would appreciate that if you can give some insights on that particular topic to our audience.
Right.
So firstly, when it comes to design duplication or design reuse, what is that you have as an experienced guy, what is it you have to tell to our audience that because of design reuse and everything, there are a lot of time constraints, there are a lot of time consumption which happens during the design, the reconstruction of that particular design happens. And when there is a duplication of files, the guy doesn't understand which exact file that I need to consider for my next process. So can you throw some light on that area, sir?
So as per industry surveys and reports from PLM consulting agencies, the cost of creating an additional part in the system is around $20,000 per year. Okay.
Yeah.
So engineers just casually create new parts. Okay, but they don't understand the downstream impact because every part has its own life cycle. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically if the life cycle of all the parts goes on in an undefined way or it goes through a undefined life cycle process, that creates a lot of downstream errors, okay, or the interpretation of all those parts becomes a huge challenge inside the system. So this is where I believe design data duplication is something that should be avoided. Okay, new part creation should not be encouraged, and this primarily happens because engineers are not able to locate the data or search the data, okay, based upon their project requirements. Just as an example, they would like to reuse the part based upon certain material, based upon certain cost, based upon certain make or buy decision, based upon whether that vendor is available in the market or not. So these kind of criterias are not available while creating the new part in absence of a PDM solution. Okay.
How do you relate our SolidWorks PDM solutions can resolve this issue? What is that we have as a feature to resolve this issue?
So basically, first of all, SolidWorks is tightly integrated with our PDM solution, so that they are able to create a designated part number based upon which they are able to identify the part in the first place. And that part number can have multiple attributes or characteristics. Okay, so based upon which project it belongs to, based upon which material it has, okay, based upon what is the manufacturing process. So basically, if it is a casting, okay, it can be identified. If it is a sheet material, it can be identified. If it is a plastic part, it can be identified. So such kind of identification in the part numbering itself or part naming itself goes a long way in eliminating design data duplication.
Superb, sir. Secondly, to discuss about versioning schemes. So we see when a lot of files are created and the same file needs to go for modification multiple times. We see there are a lot of design history, like what are the modifications done in earlier versions. That track is something which are unable to get it for a designer, or if management or a design manager wants to see what is the track of design that he's made. It is very difficult to manage in for the files which are saved locally, maybe or PCs or the local network drives that way. So how do you feel that particular versioning schemes to be automated? What is that insights that you can give it to us, and how PDM can efficiently create that versioning schemes?
So before we go into that, it is very important to understand what exactly is a version. Okay, so basically, whenever any design undergoes a change, and we all know that change is inevitable. Okay? So a part or an assembly goes through multiple changes throughout its journey. So these changes are tracked either as versions or revisions based upon their state in the life cycle. So these versions and revisions are very important to capture and are important to be consumed by multiple people inside the system. So in absence of a PDM solution, if this is a manual process, it can create a lot of issues in terms of interpretation of that version for a stakeholder like a procurement guy or someone in the manufacturing who will build it. Okay, so consumption of a wrong version or a wrong revision has got multiple impacts and a lot of cost issues for the company. So basically, this is something that can be avoided using the automatic versioning and revisioning system of a PDM solution, and this is facilitated in PDM using workflows. Okay, so workflows are tightly integrated with the lifecycle management of any object inside.
So through this, we can create our design libraries, a lot of, multiple versions within the single file. These features can be, it's a great thing to have it in data management solutions. Like we've discussed about CAD data. Now with all the CAD data, obviously we need to communicate to the downstream stakeholders with the engineering bill of material, through which converts as a manufacturing bill of material. How PDM or how data management solutions can have an impact on that creations. We see a lot of manual creations. There are a lot of files that have been disappeared in the loop. Quantity might get disappeared. How is that we automatically can create that bill of materials within our data management solution?
So conventionally, any CAD user or a SolidWorks user, how do they create a bill of material? They basically create a parts list that is documented on the face of a drawing, and that table is shared as a Excel or a CSV to downstream stakeholders. So this process conventionally has a lot of challenges. First of all, the downstream stakeholder is not able to, he just gets a table, right? He does not have a visual cue. So interaction and visualization of a product structure by a downstream stakeholder is a huge challenge in this conventional workflow. So PDM, through its workflow, it enables thumbnail-driven CSV. Okay, so you get an Excel with thumbnails, which actually improves the visualization capability of, say, someone who is in the procurement guy. So you'll be able to effectively make a better decision in procuring that item. Okay, so quality is automatically improved in terms of decision making and insights while consuming the BOM through PDM. So this is one way. Better interaction and visualization of product structures is possible through a PDM solution. Then this BOM needs to be finalized and released, and any finalized and release process of a product structure can go through multiple stakeholders. So if there is anything related to people, data and process, there is an excellent way in PDM professional called workflows, and workflows can connect multiple stakeholders, multiple departments. So this in a way improves the finalization and release of product structure. So you can ensure that all the items within the product structure are released on with accurate versions, revisions, okay, any duplicates or alternates, okay, or substitute parts are available for the supply chain to make sure that they are there in the inventory. If it is not there, then the engineering can be notified. So all these possibilities in making sure that your product structure is released on time, in quality, okay, is something that will benefit our organization.
Yes. Yeah. So we spoke about CAD data management,
Right.
and engineering bill of material and manufacturing bill of material, that stuff, which is purely engineering. Now, when it comes to document management, like quality guys will have inspection reports,
Right.
purchase guys will have POs or PRs to maintain it,
Yeah.
and other departments like first inspection report or any kind of drawing, engineering calculations, jigs and fixtures,
Right.
storage. So when it comes to different document management that can do, how will PDM will have the capability of managing that particular data, or it is restricted only to the CAD data management?
No. Documents are absolutely critical for product. Yeah, because CAD data is not the only custodian of product definition. So documents are sort of must. And there are various types of documents. So basically there are calculations, there are customer specifications, there are technical manuals, and these are consumed by various people inside the system. So when we say document management, we are asking about how quickly it is accessible, how quickly it is traceable. Okay, so documents also have to be managed the same way like how you manage CAD data. So documents have their own numbering schema. Documents have to be segregated, classified according to workflows. So you can have ECR documents, they are managed through a separate workflow. You can have quality control documents managed through a separate workflow. You can have sales related documents managed through a separate workflow. Yeah. Okay. So multiple workflows are available in PDM Professional, and they can be linked with each other to facilitate this easy consuming and sharing of data. And it can be made referenced with the CAD data also. So basically through a simple paste as reference option, and then through the contents and the very used capability, you can track these documents and you can then evaluate the impact in case of a change.
Now that we have organized the data completely in a very folder structured way, in a very understandable way, and everybody can trace the data in PDM in their own respective folders with such contents and everything. Now the data is ready. Now with the data, we need to start our prototyping. We need to share it to our manufacturing people. We need to share it to our vendors. So when it comes to that integration with enterprise resource planning, any kind of ERP systems, so how the data gets transferred. So how PDM will have an efficient way of making the transfer from region to, our PDM region to our ERP region?
Yes. Yeah, so it's a very pertinent question. Basically, integration with ERP or any business system from a PDM or a PLM standpoint is an absolute must. Okay, so there are multiple ways in which this information from PDM can be exchanged with ERP. So workflows is one mechanism, okay, through which this information can be exchanged based upon specific trigger mechanisms. So, say for example, once a file is released, like a BOM is released, okay, so all the metadata of the BOM, like say part number, okay, make or buy, unit of measure, all this goes into the ERP. So this is one way. Second way is the relevant file also in a neutral file format, like a PDF or a step. This also needs to be consumed. So as soon as the BOM gets released, this trigger will happen between PDM and ERP through a workflow. That is one way. Second way is directly through a CAD interface, this information can be exchanged, and there are certain partner solutions developed on top of SOLIDWORKS that facilitate this. Okay, so it all depends upon what kind of ERP solution you have, what kind of input they require, okay, what kind of APIs they have. Okay, so it's an API to API integration that will make sure that this information is available in both the systems and bi-directionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that our planning and ERP, I mean, like our data and connection with ERP is sorted out.
Right.
Now, what I have to say is, now from management perspective, it's a closed loop software. Yeah. Now all the boxes are ticked now.
Right.
So when it comes to designers, the management people can see that, okay, that's a good software, integration with ERP is possible, API integration is possible, BOM can be generated, documents can be managed, and relevant access can be given to the respected team members. With that, we have ticked all the boxes. When it comes to users perspective, when it comes to designers perspective or the end user, what is that learning curve? What is a prerequisite of having a PDM system adapted to their own organizations?
Right.
So how do we gauge that, sir?
Yeah. So basically, this is a very critical question because that is often overlooked. Okay, the adoption is something which doesn't take place in spite of the promise of PDM. So to enable smooth adoption, first of all, there are two things. We need to make sure that you involve a certified PDM or a PLM vendor who knows how to map the different users. Okay, how to map the current process and make sure that relevant gap is established and that gap is plugged with the implementation. Number two. And number three is, as far as the learning curve is concerned, the choice of the PDM solution. So whether you are doing a web-based PDM, okay, or whether you are doing a simple file-based PDM, that also goes a long way. So in case of SOLIDWORKS PDM, since it is primarily file-based and tightly integrated with Windows, the learning curve is automatically reduced. Primarily because no one takes training for being proficient with Windows Explorer. And at the CAD level, it is accessible through SOLIDWORKS, and SOLIDWORKS also is a very easy to use intuitive CAD application and known in the industry for a minimal learning curve. So the choice of the CAD platform, the choice of a deployment or a web-based or a file-based solution, that goes a long way in making sure that you have a specific learning curve associated and that can be optimized based on the technology parameters that you select.
Yeah. We had a very good insightful session today. I mean, to conclude it, just a 2-line statement if you have to give it to our audience. It could be a management person, it could be a end user person, or who is looking forward to adopt this PDM data management solution. What is that one short story that you would like to tell? So how important is data management for any organization or any kind of design data to be managed within an organization?
So basically I would say that data is the absolute king in today's world. Okay, so data management is something that is not a necessity, it's not an option, it's a necessity.
Correct.
Okay, it's a must that technology and the framework that you need to implement in your organization. So if you want to make sense of your data, if you want to make informed business decisions, okay, then implement data management solutions today. Okay, so that is something that I would encourage the audience to.
So thank you for having a wonderful session, sir. I mean, your experience, your insights helped us to understand what are the critical challenges that an industry will face. So with features that the data management solutions could offer, with every features, what is a kind of business ROI that can be achieved kind of.
And we encourage our audience to reach out to us to have
so that was my last question,
to have a consulting session with us to let us understand their process and make sure that we are able to deliver the strategic objectives and initiatives that they may have to offer to make sure that their business is sustainable in the long run.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.